Welcome to another episode of Show Thoughts. I, of course, am the Big Show. That right there is my man, Biggie. As always, we are coming to you. Happy Friday, and I hope you have a great weekend in store for you. So, we have a lot, but a little. We don't have a guest because they never answer. So, so we're just going to play it by ear. Um, so, we're going to touch on some SummerSlam, which was pretty good pay per view. A lot of shit changed, a lot of titles changed. The OTC, the original tribal chief, showed up. A lot of deception. But
There's some shit.
telling you, Dirty Dom is really dirty,
It's a fucking hoe.
right? He just fucking around with bitches all the time. I
I need to
mean,
grow me a mullet and get a thicker stash. I gotta get it.
apparently, you get a mommy and a live. Can't really go wrong there, right?
Just
Um,
upgrading all over.
I don't know. I don't know if you can upgrade from mommy. I mean, she's pretty fucking hot. But um, that was good. That was crazy. But I mean, it's like I don't know. The more I look back on it, that card was very predictable.
I don't think it was we talked about this watching it. Like we were talking about during the pre-show because we're trying to not predict stuff, but we were giving our thoughts on what could
Yes.
happen. And Trips is he's so unpredictable. Like he swerves so hard. And I told you that last week on Raw, it got um it got leaked by WWE that Rhea was the champ again. Like there was like supposed to be a they pre-released a promo of this week with her with the belt. And I was like, "Oh shit." And we talked about it. Well, now that happened, Trips was like that might have been the plan was for her to win.
Right.
To get the belt back that she had to give up, not lose. Which they've done that before with other championships. When people got to give it up due to injury, they let them get the belt back once they're cleared.
And then a swerve.
And then there was this swerve. So was it again planned for Rhea to get the belt back? Dom stay with her, like nothing changed there. But
Yeah.
they're like, "Fuck, that release happened. The people know what we're predictably doing now." Like again, Trips was like, "Fuck it."
Swerve it up.
We're gonna change this up. Dom, you're making out with Liv. Like
I mean, not like it's a bad thing, but hey, this is what you
you're
do.
gonna have to pop your shoulder into place twice.
That was fucking wild. I mean, like again, you and I've watched this since we were kids. It's almost like, was it not? Is she double jointed like Alexa
I've
Bliss?
been watching some shit on Twitter, like it's been popping up on Twitter. Like I think like McAfee replayed it. Because it was like because again, our angle as fans, like what we saw on TV was just basic WWE view. But Pat and them showed it from their view at the announce table. Dude, Pat, yeah, it was Pat. Pat was like he released his footage and like him talking about it, like not what we heard.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I'm gonna get sick. That was so disgusting."
Maybe it happened, bro.
And I told you when she got in the ring and it looked like it happened again, that shoulder was sticking up. Like it almost looked like she had a horn growing out of her.
Right.
And then she hit at that ring corner and popped it. So maybe since she got injured, it's something she's got to
Yeah.
like live with now. Like
Right.
it's just the way it's going to be with her and her shoulder.
I mean,
So,
it was fucking gnarly from what I saw.
I mean, her throwing herself into the table was kind of a little, again, from what we saw and it happening in the moment was like, all right,
Yeah.
whatever. But then when she did it again, and then now what I've seen, some of the different angles and what happened, kind of off camera.
Right.
Yeah, I think that was all real, dude. Like she seriously popped that shit out. And then they were showing that footage of Jacob at the
Yeah.
end there when he hit that table. He hit the announce table wrong. The still shot that came out, his leg looked like it was dangling, like it was snapped. almost like a bad football injury.
Hmm.
And they were like, he like the comment or like the little post of it or whatever, like the little headline was like possibly out for a while, like bloodline down or something, like I don't know. It was some kind of joke, but serious, that like in the image they showed, unless it was doctored, looked like his leg was not like kind of where it should have been.
Right. I mean,
What you
that
get
was
for being
another good.
wild, man. That was a wild werewolf.
I fucking love that dude, there, man. I love me
I
some shit.
know.
That was like that match was crazy too. You know,
Yeah.
Happy Roman came back. That sets that
O-
bloodline,
OTC,
right?
one thick cock.
There it is.
Um, yeah,
Now that sets up
I've
Survivor
heard
Series.
different things. Now, I think WWE, they sent me an email, like, but by the time I got home last night or on Saturday night after we left your place, I'd already got hit up by WWE, like, new Roman shirt. And I think their headline was, yes, original tribal chief. But I've also heard people say only tribal chief. Like, I've heard some different, what that O stands for.
We would
I,
find out. We'll find out. Well, tonight.
yeah, tonight.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to get me one.
I'm
Because
gonna
that
get one
shirt,
of those. That just that way I could be like it's one true show.
there you go. I want my thing. But it's like I gotta stick with the tribal, like the bloodline, like you know what I mean. I got my yeet at SummerSlam. I was wearing my Wise Man,
Right.
Samoan shirt, and I mean, the shirt just is kind of sick looking with that circle behind it and his
Yeah.
logo underneath. Damn, that's a sick shirt. Like,
I know. Like I thought about it after you guys left because of course, Brandy was tired. She went to bed, and I was after you guys left. I just laid on the couch and started watching the press conference. And I thought to myself, I was like, that Roman shirt was a bad fucking shirt. Like that was
yeah,
like that's a dope shirt. And then I'm like, I think I got to fucking because you and I were talking here about like I got rid of most of mine after I lost weight, and some of the materials are before were kind of heavy and trash and
uncomfortable. Yeah,
yeah. So I was like, I think I'm gonna have to buy some new shirts. Like I just think, and most of them are probably gonna be Bloodline.
that's the way mine are. Like, same thing. Like again, we were talking about it. Like, I got rid of a bunch of mine. Like, they didn't fit no more, and I just wasn't a fan of the. Sorry, folks, for a dog there. Um, I wasn't a fan of the material, and whoops,
Ooh.
going a little crazy, Miles.
It could be worse. You could leave and we can see look at the decor of your house. By the way,
Yeah,
shout out to Griff. Thanks for being a sport last week. I appreciate you.
I know. Um, no, we yeah. So like, I've slowly been like kind of repurchasing, and yeah, like I said, I got my Yeet. I This was the first one I rebought, and then I bought. Oh no, I lied. The first one I got a new John Cena shirt because it was like kind of Pittsburgh themed. It was in black and gold. It's the one that says "Come get some" or whatever. That saying, "If you
Yeah.
want some, come get some." So I bought that. And then I bought this. I got my Wise Man, and then I got my Cody. I wanted a Cody shirt, um, so I got just the simple Cody Rhodes. But I got again, it's associated with the bloodline because it's the one with the cut and the blood dripping off the skull.
I mean,
So
sometimes the adrenaline's in your soul, bro, all the time.
it is in my soul, but I don't know. I mean, it might get kicked out because uh, I was telling you again on Saturday. My daughter ordered, Jane ordered some. She got a new Rhea shirt. So to help her out with like shipping costs and everything, I got a CM Punk shirt. So
Right. That
I'm like, is it? I guess it's clobbering time in my soul. I guess that's what it is. I don't
you
know.
could do. You could cross them up, whatever.
Yeah.
That
So
that match was okay.
yeah, that match was pretty good. Again, I really didn't know who was going to win. I mean, you knew that at some point Rollins was going to get involved and
Yeah, of course,
like
absolutely.
there'd be a swerve there somehow, but I just didn't know which way it was going to go. Um, having McIntyre win was, again, I can't say I was shocked, but I really thought
Right.
they were just gonna, excuse me, let Punk have the
Yeah,
win, and but nope, took his bracelet, kissed him, and walked away.
I know, right? I was like, okay, a little weirdo, but okay, all right.
Yeah,
Braun, it was like Braun and Sammy. I kind of saw Braun winning that.
yeah, because again, we have our theories that Sammy's gonna help
A bloodline.
the bloodline when that story progresses. But again, I
Uh,
mean, I don't think you had to take the title away from him for that to happen.
no,
But
not really.
I just think that it's kind of like I think they've been testing the waters with Braun and the fans, and I think they realized, okay, it's his time. And Sammy is one of those dudes too. Like he knows, like Sammy's good with putting new guys over.
Yeah, but Sami Zayn's a fucking workhorse, man. Like
Him and KO, like KO's the same way. I mean, that's
they need the job done, you get the fucking job done, man.
yeah. And I think too, like they know what it was like for them coming into the business and coming up, and then guys like Cena and Austin and like whoever tripped, like they got shown the way by the older generation, and now they're the older generation.
Right.
So it's like they're just repaying what was paid to them.
I
So
expected, I wanted the Tiffy time cash in, but I guess we'll wait for that. That'll happen.
yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I mean, I told you my thought is that do you here's my thinking, especially now that SummerSlam has passed and we didn't get the full cash in, which she tried. We got to give her a little credit. She tried, just didn't work out. So my thought is, I don't know how close we are, but SmackDown, you have Nia running her mouth, and again, you saw her wearing the crown, doing the queen. I'm the
Yeah.
queen. Now she's the champ, champ queen, whatever you want to. She's gonna go by. Um, do we get the return of Charlotte? And you have a Nia versus Charlotte. Then you get a cash in of like I think a better storyline. Or here's the other thing, because here's what I'm thinking: a better match, a better title match. I don't see Tiffy versus Nia being a strong match,
No.
but you give me Charlotte versus Tiffany. I
I'll
think you
watch it.
got. I think you got something there.
Right.
Um, so does again? Do we get a return of Charlotte? She like, hey, fuck you, Nia. I'm the queen. Da da da. They started a little feud, and then you get Charlotte take the title off of Nia, and then you get Tiffy and Charlotte. I don't know. Like, it's trips. She's unpredictable. We just said that, but
It really is, man. It
because
really is.
we were taught there's so many girls too that they're due to come back. Like Charlotte should be ready to come back. Bex should be ready to come back. Not that she was out injured, but you know what I mean. Like she just took
Yeah, to
personal
get her
time.
personal time and figure out her contract.
Yeah, like it was kind of like they did it. Like Seth did his, and then he came back, and then Bex left, and she's doing hers while he's back,
Right.
and then they'll both be back here shortly. Like, I mean,
You got Alexa Bliss. You have Carmella.
Bliss. I don't know about Carmella, dude. I think she's done
I don't know. I think that might be done too.
because not only the injury, but something. Is there something else going on with her?
She got hurt after having the baby.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's some other shit going on with her. That I mean, to be honest though, like, no offense to Carmella, like, like I didn't mind her, but I think if she is due to come back too, I think we need a character change for her. Just
Yeah.
because we have too many of her.
In there
Like,
now.
yeah, like you got Tiffy, you got Chelsea Green, like they play that kind of like even what's her name with the Alpha Academy,
Maxine Dupree.
Maxine Dupree, like you got that kind of same character throughout that if she comes back, like I mean, let's get old Carmella back. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll take the fucking Queen of Staten Island.
that's what I'm saying. Like, look at some, like, when she was with fucking Enzo.
Yes, made up
Yeah.
good, good times.
Wearing the money
Yeah, she.
outfits. Like, let's get some of that back. Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, but like you said, I mean, we got Bliss. I mean, I'm assuming Nikki Cross or Sister Abigail, whatever we're calling her now, the whatever.
Right.
I mean, if the boys are getting in the ring, well, I'm only assuming it's the only time before she gets in the
She gets
ring.
in the ring.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much. I mean, even for the guys too. I think for the most part, a lot of the guys are back now that Roman's back. We're just
Yeah.
waiting on Jimmy, but we know he's going to come back here with this all blowing up.
I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up tonight.
Yeah. Um,
What
but
else? I mean, that's
for the most part, though, a lot of the guys are back. There's no one really missing.
no, no. I mean, I think you're right. I was trying to figure out what other match we're missing.
Oh, from SummerSlam. Well, yeah, we talked like Bailey lost to Nia. Um,
The American Nightmare one, and then we got
American Nightmare,
Punk,
Punk,
Braun,
Braun, Liv.
Liv, Logan.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that some bitch lost to LA Knight.
yeah.
Yeah,
One thing I do want to touch on
let
is
me talk to you about that.
the Cleveland Killers, bro. Like,
Oh, that was horrible. Like again, so like I said, like I got an email from the WWE shop, like, yeah, hey, the new Roman shirt's out. So, and then obviously you go in, and I was checking it out, and then there was the SummerSlam official gear, and again, those were in Cleveland brown colors too. But some of the shirts in that actually weren't too bad. But Logan Paul's outfit was just
dude, I, I don't know. I don't know. I was like, oh, sidebar. I do want to shout out Jelly Roll. That was a good time.
swinging a chair like a mofo.
Swinging a chair, choke slamming. My
Choke
kind of
slam.
guy.
That was a good choke
That was
slam.
a good choke slam, man. But but yeah, I mean, having Jelly Roll though was pretty cool. And then Logan Paul comes out and he has fucking MGK. So
That
I
fucking
was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then you see MGK didn't want no part of LA Knight. Like he was just like, I'm here. And
he gave him the knucks off his neck, and that was it.
yeah, and I was like, okay, you know, want to be the rap devil.
At least Jelly Roll got in the ring.
Yeah, at least Jelly Roll got in the ring. But like I told you when you were here for the pay per view, last time MGK was anywhere involved in wrestling, he got fucking power bombed by Kevin Owens through a fucking table.
You
So
did.
I'm kind of okay with that.
So you see that he's getting power bombed through a table, or he's getting cut up on in a fucking interview session.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think that was really it. So if you speaking of MGK, we'll turn it from the rap devil to the rap god.
Yeah,
um, Apparently Eminem had this Marshall Mathers
versus Slim
versus
Shady.
Slim Shady interview on Complex. If you haven't checked it out, if you're a fan of Eminem, I highly suggest to check it out. It's about what, like 11, 12 minutes long,
Yeah,
something like
so yeah,
that.
like 12 minutes.
Yeah. And it's basically him talking to Slim, basically like, why the fuck do you do all what you do? You know, why are you basically a dickhead in a nutshell?
Yeah,
And um it was pretty wild. Like my man's like masturbating under his fuck
under his short or his
under his gray sweatpants or
sweatpants,
whatever. Um Popping fucking pills.
popping pills. Yeah, like I think what was cool, and again we talked about this when we were together over the weekend. Like if you couldn't figure out what was going on, which if you didn't, sorry for you. But
Yeah,
I think it gave a little bit more concept to the album.
100%.
Like, and obviously that's why he did this. Like, I don't think. I mean, yeah, he probably did it for fun too. But like, I think this was again like I have to say, this is probably one of his biggest albums that he has marketed this hard.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
100%.
all the lead up to the release, all of the stuff when it was released, and now we're getting stuff post release. Like
Right.
he's putting in some work on this,
Yeah, absolutely. To the point where you read in the comments, it's like it'd be really nice if they do a B side to this.
which could have like I mean,
I mean, if you think about it, he did it. He did an A and B with Music to Be Murdered By.
yeah,
So
it's not out of his wheelhouse.
no, not at all. And I mean, he did those. He released it again, The Death of Slim Shady, with like two other tracks on it.
Yeah.
They aren't bad. Like I like them both. I really like the one with Two Chains. That's really good. Like, but I don't know. To me, they don't have anything to do really with the album.
No.
But I'm still okay with any kind of Eminem music. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Who
Because with
puts
him,
Pac
it's
on the
not so
greatest
much
hits?
like yeah. I want to say like no, you put fact on the greatest.
MGK fucked your mom.
Well, she's your mom too.
He fucked both of our moms, so she's your mom too. It's like, what is fucking happening?
He was like, we wasn't cleaning this over for 16 years. What the hell are you doing? Well,
He's sitting there
uh,
with cans of fucking gin and juice, but then the fucking shits up real quick and fucking scatters, and there's a pyramid of them.
I know.
Like, oh my god, dude! Like, it was just wild. But like, I like when he said something. I forget what M said to Slim, and he said, "I don't know if it was him being clean and sober, or if it was him saying that he wrote like stand in the way. I love the way you lie." And I like when he just stops. It was like, "Cool story, bro."
Oh
He
yeah.
just shut him up. I was like, "Oh man, damn."
No, no, no. I think it was the pill stuff. Yeah, when he was like, like I've been trying to keep us clean, da da da, like that whole story. And he was like, yeah, cool story, bro. But when he was like, yeah, I wrote Stan and I love the way you lie, he was like, way to make a pedophile anthem.
He was like, "Way to make an anthem for domestic violence." I was like, "Dude, Jesus Christ!"
I was like, oh shit.
He was,
And
and then
then
he
once
kept,
again, they brought up Caitlyn Jenner.
he was like, it's not Christopher Reeves, right? It's Christopher Reeve.
Yeah. But you're
He was
obsessed
like,
with him. Well, he was Superman and he got killed by a horse.
yeah. And then he was like, it's not what it is. He's like, well, there's an S on his chest. I was like, oh my God.
Which was that was a line from one of his. I can't remember what
Yeah.
song it was.
I can't remember either. But
Uh, it was good comedic fun, but again, it also, if you really listen to what they were talking about, it gave some more depth to the album and just, I guess again, what he's been trying to promote and market lately. So we'll see where it goes.
right. I mean,
He was like, "Cool shoes, bro."
he was like, man, I didn't even know I still had those shoes. And yet he's wearing them on his feet.
Yeah. And then he
But
just disappeared.
right, so he just vanished. So he's technically not dead. What do you know? Fucking shady. But so his little pyramid of gin and
Gin
juice
and juice.
cans will take us into America's fucking national fucking treasure, which is now Snoop Dogg in the fucking Olympics.
This has been the best. Like I've been a fan of him. Like getting involved in sports, I guess you could say commenting or whatever you want to label it
Commentating.
as.
Yeah.
Uh, since him and Kevin Hart did that highlight show for the
Oh my
laugh,
god.
like that was hilarious. And then you've seen him dabble in other stuff. Like we watched him on like he was at one of the
He
pay
was
per
at
views.
he was at WrestleMania
Yeah,
when they brought out
yeah,
the chairs and he was like, they're bringing out picnic tables. Well, hey, boo boo.
yeah. That's Grandma's good
That's
reunion
grandma's good
table.
table. That's grandma's good picnic table.
Like yeah, like he's doing so much more now, and like he's gonna be a coach on The Voice. Like
Yeah,
so it's like he's putting himself out there. Not that he was like a hidden secret, but like he's definitely getting involved in a lot more shit.
for
But him
sure.
with the Olympics is just, and it's a lot of it's funny, You know what I mean? Like, which, that's just him, it just being him. And then some of it though, like, you see like these clips or highlights of him in the crowd with athletes' parents or just him hanging out with fans, like, and it's
Getting
just
hyped.
like, yeah, like, and he gets hyped and he's like, and it's like, I mean, just watching it, like, you want to feed off of that, and you're like, well, fuck yeah, Snoop, let's go.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Yeah, I'll watch the fucking handball. Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, what they should have done, and I don't know if they had to have met up, but I don't know if it was filmed or photographed. But Flavor Flav was there too. You get some Snoop and Flavor Flav together, we that could have been that's unpredictable TV right there.
That's a lot of fucking weed smoke, bro.
Now, Flavor Flav was like, he was like, he went to women's water polo. I don't know if you heard this. So he
Yeah,
went to the
yeah, yeah,
water,
yeah.
and then
He
he
helped out
was
with
like
the.
talking to the girls, and now he's the official, well, official, unofficial sponsor of U.S. women's water polo. Like, he's paying their way and making sure they don't have to ever worry about money and shit again. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, fuck. Like,
Right.
I
I
don't
want to
know.
be some water polo.
I don't know if you saw it. Like, it was like last night during like the primetime Olympics in the evening, or maybe it was today. No, it was this morning on the Today Show. I'm sorry, I lied. This morning on the Today Show, they went to the highlights. They went to the tape. Snoop went to, because he was all for that fucking horse crip walking. They took him and they sent him to that equestrian shit
Did
with his
they?
with his homegirl Martha Stewart, because she's like an official, like she trains and does that. She knows that world,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which doesn't surprise me. So she went with them, obviously, since they're cool together. Like, she went with him and was breaking it down for him, and they've showed them sitting front row for this shit, dude. And then they showed him meeting the U.S. horses. I don't know if it was before or after the competition.
Yeah.
I did not know this. This was new information. Supposedly, Snoop Dogg is deathly afraid of horses. So this was the first time he had ever been to a horse up close and personal, and he was feeding it carrots. And the one took a huge bite, and he's like, "Bro, that was almost my finger." Like, it was hilarious. He handed the carrot back to Martha Stewart. He's like, "This is all you. That one's you. I'm liking this one over here. He's cool. Like, he don't
Yeah.
bite me." It was hilarious. Like, I was like, again, like, we need more Snoop in the Olympics. Like, just in
Right.
general, I think we need more Snoop in the sports world. Because I
Yes.
watched him. He called that base. He was with that baseball game at one point. He was in the booth for a baseball game. Like, he was, I don't know if it was out in L.A. or whatever, and they let him in the booth, and he was bullshitting with the commentators, and he put his spin on it, and I was like, oh my god. But look, I'm gonna play this, and I would love for Snoop to comment on this. Like, I would love to see if he had a reaction. But I don't know if you saw this, but I want to. This is fucking hilarious. This just happened. Okay, we're gonna watch this real quick.
Okay.
What happened here, Coach Judy? On the way down.
Dude, did you see that?
Bro,
He didn't have
also
on the
I heard
tight
about
suit. He didn't have the tight suit on, boy. He needed to tuck that in a little
he
more.
need a little tuck and roll, bro.
That dude got kicked out of the pole vaulting. That was the French guy. He didn't qualify because
Because he's
fucking
smacking the Eiffel Tower, bro.
Wiener smacked the goddamn pole.
And I smacked the pole. He was like, wee wee. Fuck. It really was my wee wee. God damn.
Yeah,
Son of
like
a bitch.
like that. It's one of those things, like, because the way they jump over, like, it wasn't like cause, like, when I first heard the story, like, I was kind of thinking like it split the uprights kind of thing, like he landed, on the pole.
Yeah.
I'm like, but the way they jump, I didn't think
Yeah,
that.
like they have to elevate over.
Yeah, so when I finally saw the video, I was like, oh shit.
His rod caught the rod.
Yeah,
Can't have rod on rod action.
no, that disqualifies that. That's like rule number one in the pole vaulting game.
You can't have rod on rod. No
I
rod
was like,
touching.
if your rod's thicker than the rod, I mean, there's only two rods allowed, and he brought a
Right?
third. They're like, you're disqualified, bro.
Just can't have it. Can't have it at all.
So Yeah, that was. I found that video and I was like, oh man, we gotta share that one.
Yeah, we got. You know what? We find more shit like that. We'll do more shit like that. Like, look at old Roddy Rod over here, bud. Jesus Christ.
I was
Yeah,
like, yeah,
I heard about it and then I saw it and then I was like, bro,
yeah.
like really? Like you and then what's funny is like they usually do, they like cup it up or tuck it or something. Like you just rodding it out here.
Just it was
Just do
like he was rowing away.
right.
But you hear
I
about them? Them swimmers got sick for swimming in that poop river.
oh in France.
Yeah, they finally let them swimmers the other day, like do the little biathlon or whatever the fuck it is that they were swimming in the what is it, the Sinai or whatever. And there was like two swimmers that then like a day or two later that are now sick. So other countries were like, "Fuck it, we're not swimming in that thing no more." They quit.
Well, I mean, if you knew it was going to be a bad idea, why?
They're claiming because there's supposed to be another race this week in that thing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the water quality is still great." No, evidently
Obviously,
not.
it's not.
Yeah, like that's jacked up. I
Which
mean,
I don't know.
you know what? It was probably them Turkish people.
Turks.
The Turks. You gotta watch out.
Turks. I'm telling you. Apparently, I can't even do this.
There's some hatred going on out there for the
There's some
Turks.
hatred.
It's not from us personally.
It's not from us.
Just an acquaintance.
Full
Well, I
disclaimer.
would. I
It's
mean,
like
I don't know. Good friend. You know, whatever.
we'll just put it up there. Show thoughts does not discriminate against Turkish people. Anyway, so of course our wonderful Greek friend
Yeah.
uh has always has a distaste towards the Turkish.
Which I mean, again, it's Olympic season. I thought right now countries are supposed to be getting along. I mean, I know there's still wars going on overseas, but the
Right,
small stuff I thought we were pushing aside.
but apparently according to one's Snapchat, no. No,
No.
there's no peace treaties when the Olympics come out.
And I didn't Google this, so I don't know if this is a real thing or if it's a personal thing. So if anybody knows, does Greece hate Turkey or
And does Turkey
like
hate Greece? Like
or
I
is
need
it just a personal thing for
for one
this
in
one
particular
Greek?
person.
This one Greek.
And if nobody really knows the answer, we here at Show Thoughts are going to have to dig a little deeper,
Yeah.
and we're probably going to have that person on to explain what the fuck is
Why?
going on. Because I was telling Eric off air earlier that he's been like this, God, as long as I known him.
Yeah.
So I
You just kind of
don't.
forget about it after a while, you know?
You do, and then like an
This
event will
happened.
happen, and he'll we'll be doing something. I recall just back in the day, we were just at a bar chilling, and he's animated. He's a fun loving guy. He's likes to have a good time, and then he's just, fuck's wrong with you, Turks? And he just shut down. Like I don't know what it is. He's like fucking Turkish motherfuckers. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ Almighty! But it's
Yeah.
been like that for ever. That's my kid just going nuts. You know.
My kids at work.
But yeah, so if you could tell us if there's like some kind of hatred between them,
There's a country
like
dislike.
yeah, like a dislike, because if not, we're gonna have to bring somebody on the show and ask questions because I need to know
Yeah.
answers. I mean, it's just I don't know. I don't know. But speaking of going out and uh, reminiscing, by the time this airs, and I said happy Friday, so tomorrow would be Saturday, which would be my birthday.
Really?
So yeah, I'm just old as fuck.
I'll trade you.
You're only 1 year older.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm 75 years older. Like,
I mean, it depends on the day. Sometimes I'll feel like I'm approaching 42, and then sometimes I feel like I'm approaching like 72.
yeah,
Like, so, but I'm a guy at work asked me today. He was like, "Doing anything for your birthday?" And I was like, "No, like not really." There was a time and a place where I would be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking blah 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 blah," and I was like, "No, I don't really. No, I'm okay." But I mean, the cool thing is, I'm gonna have a really good weekend. Um, my family from out of state's coming in, all of them. They'll be here Friday, so I'm gonna hang
yeah.
out Friday.
Um,
Well,
is
today
is Austin and his like family, are they good down there? Are they? When are they coming up? Do you know? Like when they're hitting the?
I I think they were either on their way today.
Because
We
that
can
hurricane, because they're in Carolina, right?
yes.
That hurricane's hitting them tonight and tomorrow.
So I don't know because
That
again,
one, it's the hey, it's a fuck you, Debbie. Like that's all I can think
yeah, they
of.
did.
Speaking of M, like
Like because I believe they were up here because like everybody should know by now. We record on Monday, drop on Friday.
yeah.
So obviously they're here now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So um, but I think they're up here already.
Already. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just curious because obviously we got friends and family down in that direction, and I
Yeah.
just was curious. Like I think what it is now is again at this point the hurricane has already gone through Florida. There was tons of devastation in Florida. Um, they were showing on the news like a semi got flipped off the bridge. Like the big problem is flooding. There's major flooding. Two kids died. Another person, the guy in the semi died, and then another person or two died. Like there's a lot of deaths, and a lot of it's due to the water.
Right.
And that's what they said is going to happen to the Carolinas. Is it's going to be a ton of flooding.
I'd imagine.
So
But yeah, I believe they're home, and then I'll be seeing them later.
yeah,
I'm like, so your house good? Because you got the hurricanes down, and then I might as well also ask Tyler because he's right in Virginia. So like, hey, you might want to check your shit too.
Virginia's getting it. That's it's like when it leaves the landfall and goes back out to the waters through Virginia.
So if you think about it, they planned a
At
really
least
good
that's what
time to
Al Roker
fucking
said.
come
That's what
home.
Al Roker said.
That that though they planned a really good time to come home.
Yeah,
Thank God. But it'll be nice. I get to be with them for 2 days, and I mean, they're coming here for Austin's son's party, but at the same time, they're also like, "Hey, it's your birthday," and I'm like, "I'm aware," like, but I guess they're so used to me wanting to go out or do something, but that kind of has kind of faded off since I turned 40. Like when I turned 40, I wasn't even in this state, so it was like awkward for me. So being with them, having a couple, chilling, whatever, that's gonna be nice. And just being with them. Plus Xander's with me, so he gets to see his family. He hasn't seen them
yeah,
in forever.
yeah, yeah.
So it's gonna be a great weekend. And then of course I'm gonna see my mom Sunday. What was that? I think you do know, please. What was that noise? Are the Russians coming?
It sounded like he was playing that old magnetic football, like
Didn't it? It
like
really
the
did.
like the metal vibrating on the
I
with
was
the.
I was waiting for him to be like, "Yo, did you score a little touchdown real quick?" Bam, bam. I was like, "Bro, I'm gonna break out the Atari fucking 2600."
Nice.
Speaking of, I was on, I think it was Threads today, and I looked and it was said something about. Do you remember when we had to put on Channel 3?
Oh yeah, I
Over the
saw
internet?
that meme going around.
Yeah, and our buddy Andrew, shout out to Drew, was like, "Yeah, the 2600." I was like, that the original NES, the Super Nintendo, the Genesis,
Yeah.
and then it was kind of like took off from there.
Or 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 if you didn't switch to channel 3, you had that little converter box that you had to
Yeah.
flip to the other side to be able to get the game to pop up too.
Yep. But I was
So
like,
those were the days.
them kids don't know about that chat right there. No,
Flowing into video games.
they don't know about this. They don't know
No,
about this. None.
not at all.
But I'm gonna shout out my man right here, Luigi, because you know why? He does a good Italian restaurant in fucking Du Bois. Shout out to Luigi's in Du Bois. Mwah. It was fucking delicious. I
I hear
went
there's
there.
some I hear there's some excellent bread.
There is some excellent bread. Only if your girlfriend will actually bring the bread to you when you want the bread to come back. But I digress. I went with her and her mom last Friday, and her mom sat in the back. We're in like the back corner, in the corner, and her mother sits in the corner like a fucking dawn, like just in the corner chilling. I was waiting for her to be like, give me the gabagool, like the freshest gobble. And then I was freaked out because as she would swirl her tea, there'd be a knock on the side of the fucking wall, and I would figure I'm in an Italian restaurant. Somebody got whacked. Oh, Paulie Two Nuts took somebody out back. Give
Somebody
you a
got their fingers
wiggle.
broken. They got their
That's
fingers
it.
busted.
And then maybe they hired the guy from the Olympics, old Roddy Rod, smacks him with the dick, gives him a mushroom stamp. But yeah, like the food was amazing, like really good. Like they had a meatball, like a fucking giant meatball, that literally was falling apart as you were like just hitting it with a spoon. And I was like, that's the kind of shit I like. And it was that old school Italian with those pictures every fucking where.
Yeah,
And I was like, man, give me a nice good vibe because you don't get too many of those. It gave me almost like a pasta two vibe, Buca de Beppo type. And then I was like, man, if I just took their bread and Luigi's with some pasta two fucking dipping sauce, all my weight would come back in a heartbeat.
tell me about it, bro.
Oh man, it was good eats for sure. I need to go back, but I mean, I'd be great if I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with that bread. Thanks, Brandy.
Bro, I gotta tell you, I went to so I we talked off air earlier. Like I had to go to the doctors, and uh, they're like, "Oh, you got to do this iron study," and I was like, "Okay." They're like, "But you can't eat red meat before," and I'm like, "Well, goddamn." I was like, "All right, I can manage that one." And they're like, "All right, we're gonna have you get on the scale, do your like, well, measurements and stuff." I'm like, dude, I had McDonald's this weekend. I had pizza 2.5 days in a row. Oh fuck, I didn't gain a single pound. Stayed plateau right across the bar, and I was like, okay. I don't know how I managed that one.
You're a cock.
No, trust me, dude. I don't know how. And that's what they said. Like, we've been talking about it because, as like I've been dealing with this health stuff for a while now, and it's like I'm losing the weight, and it's not. Again, yes, as you know, I've always been trying to diet. I've been trying to get it off, but it's just like, why all of a sudden I get sick, and now I'm losing all this crazy weight? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you start to worry a little bit, but they're like, well, you're not at that point yet where we would worry. Just keep losing the weight. Like, I'm like, sure,
Yeah, right.
whatever.
I think like with mine is I've been watching like because my job's physical.
Yeah,
So I've been like I remember right after I got diagnosed with diabetes, and I felt like my sugar dropped for the first time ever. Like I was little fucking freaked out because
yeah,
it was like last summer. My lips were pale. Uh, I just felt really like achy, tired, and I was like, "The fuck is wrong with me?" And then that's when my boss was like, "Your blood sugar is probably low as shit." And at the time, I was doing my diet, so I was drinking like zero sugars and all this shit.
yeah,
And that was fucking terrifying to the point my boss like ran down the street and grabbed me like a 32-ounce Gatorade so I can get my shit together. But since then, like my job is very physically demanding, but I'll sit there and I'll weigh myself and it'll go like up a pound, down 3 pounds, up 2 pounds, down 4 pounds. It just always keeps fluctuating.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm comfortable where it is, like I am, but at the same time, I'm like, I want to do better. Like I just want to do better.
Yeah. And that's like it is for me because I'm like, because I keep going through all these tests and blood works and this and that, and they can't find any diagnosis of what's wrong with me or like any explanation of why it's happening.
Yeah.
So it's just always like, okay, like you got to lose weight, you got to lose weight. Like, well, no shit.
Right.
That's what I was just. Me and Donna were talking, and I was even telling the doctor this today. Like on paper, the only health issue that they could like, hey, this is unhealthy, is I'm overweight. My blood pressure, without it, I don't take any blood pressure. I don't take any medicine at all, besides two vitamins, and I take a fucking allergy pill. That's all I take. My blood pressure is by the book perfect every time I go to the doctors. They just check my cholesterol and my sugar and everything right where it should be, like not a problem whatsoever.
Right.
Just had my heart worked up. My heart is perfect for somebody our age. And I'm like, okay. And that's what I mean. Like, if you look at my chart, they're like, you're just fat. Like, okay. But it's like, but I don't want
Yours is
that
gonna
to
be one of those what's the show? Like one of those house
be.
diagnostics where it's something random that nobody's ever seen and you're just like, what the fuck?
Dude, they checked me for Lyme disease. And I'm like, well, I never got bit by a tick. And they're like, well, we don't know. We're just trying everything.
We're just running a series of tests. We gotta
They
figure out
are.
something.
They did the Lyme disease. They did autoimmune diseases. They did. I'm doing the iron and B12 next. They did the again the cholesterol, the sugars, like the diabetic stuff that you went through. Like I did all of that, and everything's perfect. Again, not only have they taken labs to check my heart, but I have had two heart. I had a stress test done, and they did an echo, like the imaging of my heart.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? They scanned my head. They said there's a brain in there. Does it work? That's a whole nother story, but it's in there.
Right? I mean that brain might get us canceled in 1 week, but it's fine.
I'm trying.
I mean, the shit that was coming out on fucking Saturday, I'm surprised we didn't get canceled.
Dude, it got worse yesterday. Like it continued and maybe got a little worse yesterday while we were sitting here, me, Donna, and Jane. We were uh, having lunch and uh, watching the Olympics and stuff, and tending to our new family member. No, it's not a person. For those of you that might not know from Instagram, but we got another cat. Um, so we were just chilling for the day, and we're watching the Olympics, and I was saying some shit. I won't repeat it because I won't get us in trouble.
Y'all
But I
feel
was
to
saying,
deal with,
I,
right?
I was saying some shit, and my kid gives me the dad. That's not like shut up. Like you can't say that. Like she's giving
Right.
me like she's being the parent in the situation.
For
And then
sure.
Donna goes, "Oh, you think that's bad? Try sitting with him and Brandy yesterday."
Dude, it was just to the point. I just kept looking at your wife going, I really didn't know what to say anymore. I was just like, so before anybody dives off the deep end, it's not racist or anything like that. It's just shit that's like, you're like, what the fuck?
We're just kind of making fun of things, and a lot of it was Olympic related. Like a lot, just
Yes. So it's
countries
not
and
like, countries and whatnot. We're not trying to get
some
any
of the
butthurt.
sports and whatever.
Yeah, because, society gets butthurt over a sneeze anymore. So
Yeah. No, we have honest questions that seem like they shouldn't be asked,
they shouldn't be asked. But
but we want to know. We're trying to educate ourselves.
if you want to be freaked out or offended over the slightest thing, watch the new Joe Rogan stand up on Netflix, okay?
Oh yeah, you told me about that
I mean, he
yesterday.
covered some stuff I'm not going to cover. If you want to check it out, go check it out. I
I
don't
just
find.
I don't have a problem with him personally. Like I know he has his views and his opinions on a lot of shit.
He
And
does.
I get it. Like, I mean, especially in the stand-up comedy world, like you can't take what these guys say for like personal or like
Well,
it's
that's what
just
he said. He was like, "You listen to my advice." He's like, "I'm a fucking stand-up comedian."
yeah, like so I get it. Like, because you know me, like what we both do. Like I love stand-up comedy. Like so like again, I just I like checking it out. And there might be a point where I do watch it, maybe tomorrow, who knows? I don't know.
You got
Um
plenty of time.
yeah, out of work for the rest of the month. Um but anywho, uh I I'm just him his style. Let's put it that like just his style of comedy kind of like I don't know, just doesn't pique my interest.
Right.
So, but I mean, there are like especially with him having his own talk show, podcast, whatever. Like, clips come out of him, and he does say funny shit sometimes. But then there's times where I'm like, like I don't know. It's just a, a thing with him. I don't know. I mean, again, it's comedy, so I'll give everybody a chance when it comes to stand up comedy. But
Yeah, for sure.
oh, dude, something else that hey, I can say I finally watched. Watched me some Axel Foley.
It's only been out since July.
Wow, I've had a lot of shit to do.
I know. I
Um,
just finished up House of the Dragon. Receives the second season. So
no, I didn't even start it. Um, no, that Axel Foley was really good, dude. Like it brought me back to like I love the style that I mean because it was a lot. I mean, same producer. Like everybody came back from the originals, obviously even the cast. But it was like it took me right back to the '80s. Like
oh my god.
even though it's a modern movie and there's modern topics and modern like things are newer in
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
but the style of it, him still wearing the dude. As soon as I saw him in those fucking shell Adidas shell toes, I was like, I want a pair. Like that's all I wore in high school.
Yeah.
Like I would love to have a pair of those kicks again. But like you know what I mean? Like just him being him still, you know, and it was just and then the music, like just still having like the music in it, even throughout it. Uh
What are you doing? It sounds like you're out there shooting off like there's ammunition you're firing off over here. Like, what are you doing? Okay.
What? Okay.
He's shooting off this track, and I guess it's looping around. But when he does it, it's like shots fired. Like
Oh.
just getting crazy.
I mean, like we talked, I said earlier, there's some wars going on. He's just getting it. He's just doing his part.
Maybe he's getting ready to go case the Turkish fucking Greek fucking war.
You know,
He
like
got to
Dad, I
pick a
got us
side.
covered
If
on the.
he's
You know what it is? He's planning that escape route for you guys with the zippy. He's like, we're out
yeah,
there.
right. He's like, "This is what we're gonna do." You know, this is my little solo Sokoa here. It's fine.
But yeah, like it was. I thought it was really good, and they left it. I mean, they left room open. I think for another one.
Oh yeah, especially when they said they're going for a steak dinner. I was like,
Yeah, and then they were like, "Were you gonna stick around in LA for a while?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think I might." Like, oh shit, do we just get a whole Axel Foley in LA? You know what I mean? Which pretty much all the other movies were,
that
but
would
you know
be
what I mean?
nice.
Like, and
Like,
now they can include like his daughter and shit. You know what I
and
mean?
Joseph
Like,
Gordon-Levitt, like
oh, dude, that was so good.
he was like,
Like
so okay, all right.
when they went to the fucking Mexican gang bar,
Oh my god,
bros in there singing all glittered up. That was so good. It was like I said, it was good, and that's why I said too. Why do they all? Dude, they brought back the fucking Surge.
I love Surge, bro.
So great they brought
Get the
Surge
fuck
back.
out of here. I will not.
Yeah. Dude, how come he's always breaking into mansions? Every movie he was in a
Always breaking
mansion.
into a mansion.
I was like, oh shit, that's what I mean. Like it was just so much nostalgia that just brought back because I loved the Beverly Hills movies.
So do I,
Um,
dude.
those were just classic. And like I said, it's been on my list to watch, and I finally got to it. Me and
I
Donna watched it, and it
I
was
for,
just like sweet.
I totally forgot that You know, it's like, get the fuck out of here. No, I cannot. So when I watched it, the new one, I totally
It's
forgot
stuck.
about that. And now
You're walking around the next day just saying it.
anytime somebody goes, get the fuck out of here, be like, I cannot. I'm just gonna keep doing it from now on. Fuck it, whatever.
And then
But I'm
just the way
glad you
like he would
watched it.
he was like, what did he say? Something about parties, and he couldn't say party right. He's like, you mean the part? Like, just it's just fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh, it was,
I am. I'm glad you finally got a chance to watch it.
yeah. And I don't know. I don't think you did. For those out, like I can give my little take. I watched Deadpool and Wolverine. It was good. I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit on Saturday. I know you didn't watch it yet, but we just talked about things that have already been spoiled to you due to the internet. But it was good. It was a good movie. Good tie-in to the Deadpool world and the current MCU world. Good tie-in. I felt like they left some questions unanswered, type of thing. But and listen, folks, if you've heard that it's a horrible movie, I even saw afterwards. I saw this video on and Twitter or something of this mom and dad that I guess took their kids to see it, and they were like, "Oh, it's the worst movie in the world. It's the devil." Like they just um denamed Jesus or some like she went on this whole Bible thing,
Don't take your
and
kid to the
then
fucking movie.
and well and here's what it was: is the person that posted it did one of those like reactions to that lady's video,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Have you not seen Deadpool 1 or 2?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
what did you think you were gonna get?" Like, and I don't think it's as bad because a lot of people are like, "Oh, dude, it's super rated R." Like, it's
Yeah.
they're they don't really have like again no spoilers or anything, but like there's not like the crazy sex scenes or anything like that. No real nudity or anything. It's just the foul language. Like which is Deadpool. Like that's
It's
what he does.
Deadpool.
That's what he does. And now you add Logan to it. So Hugh
Right.
Jackman. I mean, again, not a spoiler, but you get to see like Chris Evans makes an appearance in the movie, and he's supposed to be that straight edge, clean cut. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
Captain America. They got him to say some swear words, and Deadpool was like, "Wow, we really broke the wall on that one, didn't we?"
Right. I mean,
Like
I've saw a lot of people that appeared on it.
yeah, yeah.
So I got
The cameos were really good. Again, they did it very well. They just left a lot of unanswered questions, I think, and I just don't know where it goes from here as far as tying it into the rest of the Marvel universe.
right.
Especially after what we got from the Comic Con release with Doctor Doom and Fantastic, like just the direction that they're going. I'm
Right.
not sure how it fits, but we'll see. Um, I don't know, but yeah, it was good. It was a good movie. So yeah, we watched that. I don't think I really watched any other movies or anything lately. Again, I've been watching a lot of damn Olympics.
Yeah. I mean, it's there. I like I said, I've finished up the second season of Game of Thrones this morning, or this afternoon. Really,
I heard that the finale was kind of.
it was. It was
Oh,
really
really?
trash. You waited because they had the whole writers strike,
Right. Yeah.
and then you're amped up for the second season. It was so dragged on,
Uh.
and then you get to the season finale, and you've been waiting for this war to happen, war to happen, war to happen, and it's just starting at the end of the second season.
So you gotta wait for like season 3.
Yep.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yep. Excuse me. It reminded me about like The Walking Dead season 2. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, how much longer are they gonna be on this fucking farm? That's it. It was like, well, when are they gonna fight? When are they gonna have this war?
Yeah. Yeah. See,
So
they just announced. I don't know if they had released the actual date, but I know there's been like commercials and trailers released for if we're saying in that kind of realm of shows. Um, the second season, no, third season of that Lord of the Rings that was on Amazon Prime.
oh yeah.
That's coming out. So I'm intrigued to see where that goes because they, I don't want to say they did the same thing from what it sounds like, but the end of season two, they finally, uh, the villain comes forward, I guess you could say. Like Sauron makes his official, like they figure out who he is in the world.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So like, and at the end, they were forming the towers. So you kind of knew that if you are a Lord of the Rings fan, you kind of know what happens after that. Like you know the wars are, like you said, the wars are coming.
Yeah,
But it wasn't like, I mean, they ended it at a good spot where you were like, okay, I get it. Like that was a good. Now
yeah,
we wait for the next season. So and then again, these trailers and that are popping up, it's yes, we're getting into the battles. They're getting into the, like the dwarves are ready to go. Like I'm
right,
like, that's
yeah,
my boys right there, the dwarves. Like
right.
them little Viking dudes. Like so, I'm excited to see that. Wait for that to come out. But I'll probably hold off on House of Dragons because
Yeah,
even that last season got like it got weird.
it is kind of weird that first season because you're like speeding up a little bit, like you're foreshadowing a lot, and then it's like okay, then we get to the second season. It's like okay, now we have this, and this is what we're gonna run it off of. Like the second season should be like the first. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's what we're doing. But I guess they had to tell us the story to get us here.
which I understand, and it's like if you've watched Lord of the, or if you watched um the original show, you know what I mean? Like again, like I was too. Like I felt like this, like you said, like yeah, like I'm like okay, that's so and so, and they have this kid so and so that's this one and the, you know what I mean, and the original
Yeah.
show, and uh, so it's like yeah, it was like everything just kind of got like it was like people group like people that were kids all of a sudden were adults and are sleeping with uncles, and then this one's doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
Like,
that shit got real turned up real fucking quick. I was like,
and it wasn't even
wait.
like you kind of knew the family history, so you kind of knew the incest was coming.
You knew that's coming for sure,
But again, it happened so fast. You're just like, what the fuck?
right?
Like, so yeah, that was it was a weird show, and
I mean,
I, I was curious to see what they did with this one, but now from what I'm hearing, it's like not just you, like some other people I know that watched it were like,
it couldn't get any weirder than the boys. The boys is way better.
yeah,
I fucking love that show.
yeah, I get told by a lot of people I gotta watch that, and I just haven't.
Yeah, it's yeah,
And especially with me being like a superhero guy, like
it's a lot to take in,
that's what I hear. That's what
right?
I hear.
But um, we're gonna wrap it up. I was like, it was just a quick one this week.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, Next week we'll tell you whatever shenanigans I did with my family.
Oh,
Um, we'll see what happens. Um, Maybe a guest. Who knows if anybody shows up? Or maybe I'll just do something crazy like send us questions and we'll answer them.
oh yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, send us some questions
Send us some questions you
on the
want
social media,
on the
right there,
socials, any
right
of them,
there on the bottom.
or he and I personally, and we'll bring him to
Yeah.
the show.
However, you can get a hold of us or get a hold of the show. Send us some intriguing questions. Whether it's just about current topics, current
Topics, the
movies,
show,
music, us.
us, whatever.
I mean, if
And
you
if
want
you
to know
want,
about
you
the OTC, we might tell you about the OTC.
that's right. I mean, it might be the one true show or the other one. If you want to know about the Turks and the Greeks, so do we. I mean, come on.
We might have an
But
answer for that.
we might have an answer for it. But yeah, like I think that's a good idea. Like, and if you want to be anonymous or you want to, you know, if you want us to say who said it or whatever, feel free. I think it's a good idea. So next week,
Q&A.
Q&A. Fuck it. We might just do it live. That'd be crazy.
Crazy.
But it's something to think about. Well, fuck. Alrighty. Well, till next week. I'm the Big Show. That's Big E. We'll see y'all next week.
Later.
Later.